Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here. It is a really hazy Tuesday afternoon in southeastern Manitoba. We have a lot of smoke from the forest fires in Alberta, which means that we've got an air quality of 5, which is the moderate range, can pose some health issues. So I am staying in the house due to my breathing difficulties. And it is currently 20 degrees Celsius, which is 69 degrees Fahrenheit. So even though it's a lovely day, I'm kind of housebound. And so can you tell I've got space on my desk? Look at this. Not, I've been trying to organize, but you know how it gets away from you. It's like, oh, look at this piece of paper. It needs to be glued into this magazine or this book or whatever. So today I would like to make a tag book. I have never done one. It's going to be an experiment. I have seen tag books in the past where they do them this way with tapes and what have you. Hi, Janet. Welcome, welcome. Nice to see you. So I'm talking about doing a tag book, but I was going to show this. This is from watching Janet Nash. She did a little book all out of envelopes just so that she had lots of tuck spots and everything. So that's kind of what I did here. I think pardon me, I think your envelopes are bigger than this because this is probably 6 inches tall. Yeah, it's 6 inches tall. So I don't know what size envelopes you use, Janet, but I had to try one. I was so intrigued by it. So, of course, I've got an envelope on the outside. That's the flap. I have this envelope. And on the front of this envelope, I put a pocket. Then you turn it over, and there's the window from the envelope. And I stuck a picture in there. And again, I've got a little corner pocket thing here. Yeah, I've got different sized envelopes too. It's just like I've got smaller ones and bigger ones, but I think that you had bigger envelopes. Hi, Anne. Welcome, welcome. So I took this envelope and I cut the end off. I didn't fold it right in half, so it's just a very short pocket because I wanted them different sizes like yours was, Janet. Then this one, I covered in an envelope, or I covered the envelope in a napkin. So I've got the end of the envelope, and then when you have this, I've got a corner tuck for another piece. This is just a red envelope, bit of decor, and I've just got it open so that it's a big tuck. This one, I've got a little corner tuck here, and then it opens on the, no, it doesn't. What do you do? What do you do, envelope? How did I do you so that you opened? I don't know how that one goes, but I've got a little pocket there. Nope, that's just all glued down. That's interesting. Okay. And it opens up because I've got this part here, and then it opens it the end here. Goodness. See, I don't even know how I made this. So it's got that there, that pocket, this pocket, and then a little pocket on the front. Yeah, lots of pockets. So, and then when you do it this way, I've got a pocket here and a pocket there. Then again, the rest of the red envelope, tiny pocket, and this side. Nothing, no pockets there. This one is a pocket here, and you can put something in the middle. And I've got this corner tuck there. I haven't finished decorating around this yet. I haven't quite decided what I want there. This one, I've got a pocket on the side, or a tuck spot on the side. And then I've got it open on the end. So I've got a really nice, big, deep tuck spot there. And then on this side, I've got another tuck. I like tuck spots. This one is a tuck on this side, and it too opens on the top. So I've got the thumb pull from this side, and it's here. And then this is a pocket, and this is a corner tuck. And then I've got the rest of the front envelope, and it does go this way. I'm thinking it's a pretty tight fit, so I'm not sure. I'm going to have just little stuff for the middle, because it's too high on the sides. I didn't take that into consideration, and I don't have anything on the back. So that was my little takeoff of Janet's lovely envelope book. I've left the strings long because I like to hang things from the center strings. So, and as for doing the other embellishments, I was thinking of using, quite often when we get Happy Mail, we get little bits, like little bits. And unfortunately, because I didn't really think about it, I've just been putting them in a container. I don't know who they're from, but I thought that maybe if there was some postage in there from other countries and stuff, I would add it, and this would be my little worldly error, like postage book kind of. Does that make sense? Postage swap kind of book thing. So that's my envelope book. I had a lot of fun making it, Janet. I really did. For the tie, I just took some crocheting and I slipped it through the button, and then I did like you just kind of pull it through, right? And because it's got the little beads on the end, I did tie a knot in it so it stays together, and it just wraps as the closure. And I figured that this way we all know I'm going to end up with one of those gator mouth beasts, because that's just the way it rolls for me. So that's my envelope book that I've been playing with. I have been doing some more doodling in the zines that I did on Friday. They're nowhere near finished. But what I want to do is doodle on them, on all the pages, and then I'm going to photocopy them so that I can have it for other zines. That way I just have to fold and cut. And then I want to, because these are just backgrounds, I want to put a little bit of I want to use words in these. I don't normally use words, but I have a stack of phrases and things that I've cut out. So I think I'm going to put like a little picture or something to go with the phrase. That's my plan. We know that's not the way it's going to go. So I've worked on the green one a little bit as well. I'm really not sure how that's going to photocopy, but I'm going to try it, because this goes from a green to a gold, that paint ink. And then I was flipping through YouTube, because we all know we flip through YouTube, and I came across, this was a while back, and because it was a while back, I'm not sure who did this, but I found this sitting in my side desk where I just try things and I stack them up and I walk away. You know how I do that, right? Because I'll do this and you can see me just move it to the side. Well, this desk here is probably, I'd say, 3.5 feet, and it is piled a good close to 20 inches. So I've been organizing that today, sort of. And I came across this, and this was such a cool idea. And I was going to share it on a different live, but because I came across it today, I figured while I'm doing it, we'll do this. So this, it is a 9-inch by 1.5-inch strip of, well, this is it's gel printed on a piece of really light cardboard kind of thing. And so it's 1.5 inches wide. Then you have a fold at the 2-inch, a fold at the 4.5 inch, a fold at the 6.5 inch, and a fold at the 8 0.25 inch. And then what you do, hey, Barbara, welcome, welcome. I will definitely watch that. So then the way you do this one, it's a hidden paper clip. So when you've got it folded, you put your paper clip, they like the short side out. So it would be on the fold that goes in. And then you would glue it at the back. And this tucks over. So you've got a really nice hidden paper clip. Like this would, you know that would be glued. And it's almost like a little matchbook, but it would be glued down. And I thought that was just a really nice paper clip enclosure. So again, this is a 9-inch strip of gel print. It's 1.5 inches wide. It's folded at the 2, at the 4.5, at the 6.5, and at the 8.25. So again, you would put the paper clip like this and then glue all that together. And because this is so stiff, I didn't do it because this is my template for one. And when I did do it, I found I had to use my clothespins to keep it tight. Thanks. So just, a heads up that that's a really cool thing. And as I say, I'm not sure whose channel I got this from, but I just had to share because that's such a lovely, and it's solid, right? You can decorate it, embellish it. It's got a lot of body. I really like it. So, okay, that can go back on the side. Look, it went back to the side. I do have a box with templates in it. It isn't beside me here. Okay, so I decided I would like to do a tag book today. So when I was selling my stuff, I bought a box of these size tags and a box of the little small tags. I'll show you the size. And when I say a box, there's probably 1,000 in each box, if not more. So I have a lot of these pre-cut tags. Do I use them for anything? Not really. And these are the small ones. So I could do a mini tag book. I thought that'd be kind of cute. But for now, I really want to start using up some of my bigger things. So these tags are approximately 2.5 inches by 4.75 inches. I like the fact that they've got the reinforcements on, and I am going to leave the reinforcements on because we all know this is going to end up like a chunky, thick book. Becca just showed hers on Create with Becca. She just showed her chunky book, and the pages were thick and beautiful and glossy and absolutely fabulous. So I kind of wanted to do her style where it went this way instead of this way. And then I'm thinking I can put a binder clip, like a binder ring in here, and it could be just like a little flip book. Hey, Beth, welcome, welcome. I'm going to make a tag book, and I've never made a tag book before. And I want to do it this way, and that's going to be where they connect. I want to use a binder ring, and now I just have to decide what I want to put on here. Do I want to paint it? Do I want to do, I guess I could do some of each, right? I could paint some, I can glue on bits of paper. I've got so much paper I have to use, right? So why do I want to gel print on them? Probably because I can, and because most of my gel prints now are a little small. And I'm going to leave this entire piece under the reinforcement bare. So now I'm deciding if I want to go on a color combination, if I just want to go wild, like vibrant as usual, you know how I just love to mix stuff up. Um, and the cat tags. Nice. So I thought I would ask you guys what you thought I should do. Like I can do the, hey, look, I can make a little journal out of this one. Okay, this is going to be for a mini journal. We'll put it here. Because I do have some wonderful, fun prints already done. Okay, I'm going to use that print. That's really nice and pale. I'll use that one. And definitely this one and this one. This is too small. I love going wild. Yes, yes. I'll use this one. Might as well use, that's pretty much the same, but it's a different color. So I'll use that. This one too. I've got a lot. My husband cut me all these wonderful wooden stamps to use on my gel plate. So I use them quite often. You'll see a lot of that. This was one of my absolutely favorite gel prints. I don't think I put it through. That's original. I don't think I photocopied it, but I think I'll use that one as well because it's fun. And this one. This one's pretty boring. It's got a bit of gold paint on it, though. Do I have enough to start? I took out 20 tags. I think I've got 40 different pages I can use in this box. I could use summer quotes on my tags. That would be a lovely tag book, wouldn't it? I wasn't counting. Do I have 20 pages there? This is the stencil of my fish skeletons. The paint was a little bit too wet, so they're really not clear, but I can use that as well. But like I got all these little bits. I've been gluing a lot of them into my doodle book. I have to have 20 there. If not, I guess I should have 40 because I'm going to do all the sides differently. Dag, you're it. That would be a great idea. If I do call it tag, you're it. I like that. Thank you. Tag, you're it. I like that. Okay, so am I going to bore you guys if I just start gluing these pages down? Or no? I'll start gluing, and then if you guys say, okay, enough of that, let's play something different, then we can do that. And I'm going to use this one and a card to spread the glue with, because, and I guess maybe I need something underneath so it's not quite so sticky to the paper. Look how prepared I am today. I didn't even have to get up and go and get stuff. Cool, Barbara. Thanks. Could also do almost like song lines, summer song lines. And I'm just gonna, am I on screen? Not quite. Sorry. I'll move up. I'm just gluing it down, and I'm still trying to utilize as so that I still have paper to cut off. And let's use this because we've got this for this reason, right? There. So I've got one side done of this page. I'm not going to cut it until it's dry, and I'm not going to put anything on this side till after I've cut that one. Let's not put it in that pile. Oh my, let's do it this way. Monkeys are good. I have lots of monkeys too. And I swore that I wasn't going to start anything new. And then I saw Becca's chunky book. And I thought, hey, I could use my tags for that. So she used tags, but her tags are much bigger. They're beautiful. Because I really liked her chunky book. It is Becca's fault. It really is. Well, I have to admit, it's all you ladies' faults. Because I did this envelope book because I was watching Janet. I've done stuff from your stuff. That you started me on the grid journaling, actually, Beth. So I had to do grid journaling. And then Becca's with the tag book. You guys are all enablers. I love you guys. You're my kind of people. Those are cool, Barbara. Barbara doesn't have a channel, but she's been talking about the frog journal she's working on. And it's like, hey, I have some cool frog stuff. But no, I am not going to do a frog journal. I kind of, like, I am going to do my lady journal. But I don't really want to do quite themed journals like I have in the past, like that cat journal, that kind of thing. I'm making a gluey mess and I don't care. Except things are starting to stick to it. Oh, that didn't give me much time to slide it, did it? Yes, Barbara is definitely our sing-along lady. I was just playing on a piece of packing paper. I just happened to have it when I was gel printing one day and decided to start with, it started with brayer offs and just kind of evolved from there. I love when that happens. You can stretch right up and touch the sky. Yeah, I like that song too. I was complaining about the air quality, Barb. I have so much work I need to get done outside, and I'm cooped up because of the air quality. I'm just glad that we managed to get done like the chicken and stuff yesterday. Definitely going to be a rainbow book. The smoking went lovely. I posted a picture in Beth's group of the chicken. We did 10 pounds of chicken breasts, which is what we normally do unless the grandkids are clamoring that they need more. I have a tendency to supply my teenage grandsons with food for some reason. Well, we know the reason, but you know what I mean. They really enjoy the smoked chicken. I don't normally buy lunch meats. So the smoked chicken is what we use for lunch meats. But you asked if I lived on a farm, and no, I don't live on a farm. I live in a small town, though. We do not have chickens. We're not allowed to have chickens. I would really like to have my own chickens, but it's not allowed. There's something really great about free-range eggs and free-range chicken. Let's see if I can get at least some of these skeletons on here. Maybe what I'll do on this one is I actually have the cutouts from this, because this is I've done these for the cat journal so that I could have fish skeletons on the page as decoration. I haven't been doing pops. Oh no, we're not doing that. I haven't been doing popsicles, Barbie. I find that what works really good is when I make smoothies, I'll make a double batch, and then I will throw it into popsicle molds in the freezer there. And so I have smoothie popsicles. I didn't take typing in school. I had options. I took automotive instead. My mom said, "You can learn how to type anywhere." She was right. I did. I got an old typing book and did teach myself to type. Now everything's done with thumbs on tablets and phones and stuff. Just the thumbs, ma'am, just the thumbs. If you like kale, I bet they are delicious. I have not yet got the husband to have green smoothies. It's a work in progress. I'm trying to be a good finger typist, Beth, because quite often while I'm playing down here with the glue and papers and stuff, I get messages. And if it's family, I try and answer right away. So it's like one finger, and it's usually the ring finger because everything else is covered in glue. I'm sure you guys can relate. look, that one's not cut straight. That's okay. Just backgrounds, right? Guys, these are just backgrounds. Yeah, but it makes it green, Barbara. I've tried doing cucumber in there, and I have to peel the cucumber so it's hidden. You know, I can get away with red peppers because he likes fruit smoothies. So I can get away with red peppers and things. Yes, yes. Not that red peppers, I mean, it's got lots of vitamin C, but at least he eats them. If he only knew. This one? Yeah, that was, I don't even remember how I got that. It looks like it's a gel print. I bet you it was a gel print. I think it was for a color combination for makers of mixed media when they were doing their purple. See, I missed the edge. And because it's wet paint, I don't have time to move it. Okay, I'll have to color that. So it was a blue and turquoise or teal combination. Turquoise and purple was the color combination. So I did a few with these different colors, and then I used with that you can always use white, black, and sometimes a metallic. So I had metallic white, so I used the metallic white, and it gave a cloudy kind of effect. Yes. Yeah. I don't know if I'll use a marker, or what I have learned is with these things. Were you here when I was playing with these the other day? These are the high flow. Hey, Jan, welcome, welcome. These are the high flow golden acrylics. So you can use it like paint with like a scratch pen and stuff. So when you've got that little bit left and you can't dip it up with your scratch pen anymore, and you can dip a Q-tip or whatever into it and paint with it, I edged something with what I picked up. I used a little bit of water in that, and I edged things, and they edge beautifully like that. So welcome, welcome, Jan. I am having an awesome day. I've got lovely ladies here visiting me and watching me glue bits of paper to tags. I want to make a tag book, and you've joined us. Not working today, obviously, if you're here at this time. So I've decided I want to do a tag book because I've got all these tags. I bought a box of them when I had my stuff at the museum. So there was like 10,000 or some idiot amount in the box. I didn't get that quite to the edge. That's okay. I don't mind thin strips. They go great in my doodle book. I was playing in my doodle book. No, that's not it. I was playing in it this morning, and I was doodling on the front page. So those of you who may not know, this is my doodle book. When I find little scraps of whatever on my desk, I glue them into this. And then I'm going to come back and doodle them like I have on this page. So I just, grab any little bits of whatever's left over on my desk. And into the book it goes. So it's kind of like a glue book, except there's lots of like blank kind of pages. I even had page tabs sitting on my desk. So I figured, let's just have a lot of fun. Oh, yeah. And this too, I believe this is from you, Beth, when you were doing the picture transfers on packing tape. Was that you or was that Lori? Oh, I bet you are worn out after all that. You know, seriously, I always have leftovers on my desk. So I've just been throwing them in a bin because I can't even throw these little bits out, Barbara. I really can't. I have such a hard time. So they stacked up on my desk, and this was a home hardware catalog. You know, their summer catalog. So when I was at Home Hardware, I grabbed their catalogs, two of them, and I've turned them into doodle books. Thanks, Dan. It is fun. And then the other one I am turning into a snippet book. So that you know how you've got snippet rolls and that kind of thing? Well, I'm doing a snippet book. Again, adding bits and pieces just on one side of the page. See, Christmas. Um, and then I can just cut or snip pieces off to use for clusters and that kind of thing. I've sewn on it. Like I've sewn the butterflies down with beads. I did glue the crocheting down. So I have lots of projects on the go. Now I'm doing this tag book, but that's okay. That is okay. And again, I'm just using white Elmer's glue all because it says Crayola, but I buy gallon things of Elmer's, and that's what I use. See, bone folder fell on the floor. And I did clean off space to play today. Obviously, not quite enough if I'm throwing things on the floor. Oh, that is a good kit idea. What a great idea, Karen. Do you guys have lots of the tags? Welcome, welcome, Karen. Do you have tags? I've got a box I'm getting ready for Jean. I could throw some in. And then I could do a quickie video for them, like a link. And of course, I am just using a lot of my gel print bits because I really have to start using up some stuff. You know what, Barbara? When I was doing the stuff for the museum, I didn't have time to make tags because I was so busy making product. Yeah, I had product that sold really, really well, so I was constantly playing catch up with. Oh, a tag die with the little rings. I don't have a die, but I have 1,000 of these. So, and the fun thing is sometimes I use these. Most often I do not. Like when I do my thank you tags. I think the last 2 batches of thank you tags, I did use these. I make fun tags. Well, I think they're fun. I'll just grab them and show you what I do. I just do a quick tag with a cluster on it of various things. They all say thank you or great job. Sometimes they say both. And I use these. I carry them in my purse when I'm out and about, and I'll leave them with the tip. For if I'm at a restaurant, I have given them to receptionists, I've given them to cashiers, I've given them to janitors in the mall. A mom that's struggling with her kids, you know how sometimes you're out and about and your kids are acting up. I'll give her one of these that says great job, just so that she knows she's appreciated for what she's doing. So I always have a few of these in my purse at all times. And I leave them, like I say, with tips. I've left them in the dentist's chair for the dental assistant. I just like to put smiles on people's faces, right? That's so anyway, I keep a bunch in my purse at all times. And yes, those ones, some of them I did use the tags, some of them I didn't use these tags for. Actually, I haven't been to my dentist since just after the pandemic started. And now I've got a phobia about going. I don't want somebody else's hands in my mouth. Um, but I did go because I did have a toothache and I should have gone to the dentist last year already, but I did not. So I went to the dentist, and the receptionist there actually still has the one I'd given her hanging on the cupboard behind her. It was still there, and it's been there for about 3 years, 4 years. So that gave me a warm fuzzy. Oh, did I use this one? Why do I feel like I've used this one? What's the purple faces for, Jan? Purple devils. I now have glue all over my bone folder, and I am getting stuck to it. That's okay. It shows it's used, right? Look, I have 4 more. And then we can start trimming them down, see what they look like. But as I say, I've got all those words cut out, like positive words that I have been collecting from magazines. Oh, that's a really thick one. Let's see if I've got enough to use without using that one. Oh, children acting up. Yes. Well, I mean, they do get overwhelmed, right? And we expect them to behave like adults when they're out in public, and they are not adults. And I say this now after I've raised my own kids and I demanded that they behave in public. which is the polite thing, right? But there has to be a little bit of leeway, I'm finding. They are kids. I have to, we all have to remember that. And sometimes their feelings get away from them because they're kids. Oh, nice, Janet. Yeah, I've admired her giving tree. I thought that is a lovely idea. I just don't know how well it would go over here. Um, Maybe now there's not quite as heavy a Mennonite community as when I first moved here because they like everything very plain. Nothing should be decorative. It's a sin to have things that are decorative as a rule because that's a vanity, right? So it's been kind of tough being an artist in this community, especially when it comes to flood the streets with art. Um, I usually go to a neighboring town to leave stuff because I've seen my artwork in garbage cans and I just, whatever, you have to set it free and what's done with it is done with it. Yeah, easy to say now we're grandmothers, right? Definitely. And I've really had to learn that because I have three grandsons. Not that they're more active than girls necessarily, but they try things that my daughters would never have thought of. And it seems like they're born knowing how to make car sounds. Everything's a car, right? All right, so I had 20 pages, no two alike there. So I'm going to move this onto the side of the side because it needs to go over there to dry. It's all gluey. And I'm going to start trimming. I'm going to start trimming. Hey, Cal, welcome, welcome. I'm making a tag book. I've never done one before, but I have so many tags, like these manila tags, because when I was selling retail, I was using them as price tags and a little bit of a write up about what the item was, especially like bronze turned mushrooms and things. So I've now decided after watching Create with Becca, she did a chunky book using tags, and her tags are bigger, but I figured that I could, um, you know, copycatter. Hi, Teresa. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, her tag book is beautiful. They are Beth's fault. See? These ladies are such a lovely influence. At the beginning today, I showed because Janet did a beautiful envelope book. I had to try one, so I made a little envelope book with, different envelopes folded in different ways and different sizes. So now I just have to stuff it. I know, Beth, very hard. Very, very hard to do. But I mean, when I do flood the streets with art and art abandonment, I know darn well that it's not everybody's cup of tea. Um, I think for flood the streets with art, I have had one acknowledgement and a thank you for it. But I've been doing it for 10 years. This will be the 10th year, 11th year, not something like that. And it you have to be able to let it go. But it's very, very hard to see. And there are lots of people who aren't savers. I don't know if it's because we're creators and we know the kind of work that goes in. No, they really don't accept us, you know, really don't. Really don't. Yeah, I'm quite lucky that most of my friends are creative. Not all, but most. Yeah, I'm sorry that that happened. It's really, really upsetting. But as I've said in past lives, I crocheted my mother in law a doily. She had a round glass coffee table, and I did it so it would cover the entire top and go down the sides and had a bit of a ruffle. And it took a long time to crochet that piece because it was crochet cotton I used. And I saw it on the table once, and the rest of the time my kids used it as a veil or a shawl, or at least they appreciated it. I love getting handmade cards and things. For the longest time, that's all we did was handmade gifts. And my kids would even say, that, like, there was one year I was working a lot, and I bought all their gifts, and they, to this day, they go, "Remember that year we didn't have Christmas because they didn't get anything handmade?" But now that my grandkids are all teenagers, I'm not doing handmade. They just want gift cards. So I can't say that my oldest grandson loves handmade. He's asked for an Afghan, and he's the one that wanted the ugly Christmas sweater. Exactly, Barb. Exactly. Yeah. Although she did keep my carving, and she was pretty upset when the carving that she left at Dad's was, I gave it to Moni. Oh, I was going to cut these ends kind of funky like Becca did. See, I'm kind of copying Becca. Well, yeah. That's if they're making you something, they're thinking about you when you're working on it. While they work on it, they've got you in their mind and in their heart, and they're making something specifically for you. So, I mean, my mom wasn't creative. She did knit, but she knit for utility. She knit clothes, and that's basically it. She would sew clothes, but nothing fun or it was all utilitarian because she grew up during the war. Hey, Sherry, welcome, welcome. So, but it was my dad that was very, very creative. He carved and he painted and he built furniture and all kinds of things. So I grew up appreciating handmade because I used to sit in the shop and watch him. It's where I learned how to carve and, my love of handmade items was from my dad. Bye, Janet. Thanks for popping in. Always enjoy seeing you. Take care. Hugs, Teresa. Thanks for popping in. Yes, be safe in the storm. That's awesome, Sherry. Yeah, my grandkids love their blankets and things that I've made them. And of course, now my kids are going, Mom, it's time I had a new quilt because, well, their quilts are old already. It's been a long time since I've quilted. But I'm not in the mood to make quilts. That and the fact that my sewing machine still hasn't made it to the shop. And that's really nice that your daughter appreciates that, Sherry. It really is. So you guys get it because you spend time making things for people. So you understand the time, the love, the work, the effort, everything that you put into it. Not just the materials you know. And people think that handmade is so much cheaper than, you know, buying stuff. No, it's not. Supplies for a lot of this stuff now is unbelievable. So I got some of the fish skeletons. They'll be covered up, I'm sure, but they're still fun. And Jan, I think that Elisa has a really good grasp on how long it takes to make things because she's pretty creative. I mean, Jade is too. She writes and everything. No, it's not cheaper anymore. There's that blue one cut down. It's kind of got a spacey effect. It needs like a rocket ship. That one could be like the Sinatra song. Is it Sinatra? Fly me to the moon. We had a young artist. I hired her when I was working at the personal care home. And her voice was so incredible. And she would bring her guitar in, and she didn't just strum chords, she actually picked notes. And she would sing that song to the individuals, and the looks on their faces because they would remember it. Hey, Stitch It Bam, welcome, welcome. Yeah. Sandra carves and she paints, but she hasn't quilted since she left home. Megan crochets and carves. In fact, they've taken my carving tools. And she paints. So they know. I'm sorry that they live so far away from you, Sherry. My eldest grandchild, my granddaughter, was the one that crafted with me the most. The boys will do it under duress. My middle grandson, I'd given him and his brother each a journal, and he did ask for another one, and he wanted it to look old, so I made it look old, and that was kind of a warm fuzzy because out of them all, I didn't think he would be the one that would ask for a second. It was nice catching you on Stacy's channel this morning, Pam. Yeah, I'm not leaving the house with this smoke either, Sherry. I have so much I need to get done in the yard, and it's just not going to happen. Which is fine. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow's supposed to be better. It's only supposed to be 2. The air quality is supposed to be 2 instead of this 5 that we've got right now. I love the way this one turned out. It's really got a spacey feel. I don't even remember how I did that. I know I used my stencils, but I want to make a tag book, a chunky tag book. Create with Becca just did her chunky book, and she used bigger tags. These are, I've got hand cut tags that are bigger, but I've got a gazillion of these, so I want to use these ones. And I've got so many gel prints that I want to use up. So I'm going to cover them in gel prints, and I'm going to leave those ends blank because I'm going to put a binder ring in. I might do a little bit of doodling or stamping or something. But for now, I'm just doing this. And I pulled 20 tags out, and I actually had 20 papers in that box, and I still have a couple more that I can use. So it does. Humidity plays a role. The dust plays a role. Out here, it's so dusty right now. Farmers are just getting back on the fields, so that stirs up a lot of dust around us. And of course, we live on a gravel road, so when we haven't had rain for a while, I have to keep the windows closed. Otherwise, the rule in my house is you can write your name in the dust, just don't date it. Oh, I'm glad that they got meds for her. I hope that works. It's never fun when you've got a sick fur baby. See, I keep all these little pieces because pieces like this go in my doodle book. Last one. So I figured what I would do on the pages, those of you who are just coming in, I am going to do the backs as well. with gel prints. I want them really thick, like Becca's book thick. They were really nice and sturdy and thick. Um, yeah, yeah, it's from the Alberta fires. So I'm going to. Oh, look, this entire edge didn't get glued. I'll just do that. Um, but I have a sheet protector full of words that I have cut out from magazines, positive words, positive phrases, and I don't really like using it in my art. Words are not something that I often use. So I thought I could use some of those. Not sure that I wanted to do a themed journal. They were thinking a summer journal with summer quotes and that kind of thing. Yeah, I hope it doesn't last long either, but it's been going a while now. Okay, I need to pull out another 20 pieces of painty papers. Two. I can double up, but I really don't want to if I don't have to. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ooh. Are you? Nope. 8, 9, 10, 11. I have lots. 12. Did I have that one? Lots of green. Oh, that's 15. I need 5 more. I don't know. Will you fit? Yes. 17. I know that's not a painty paper, but that's okay. 18. 19. Lots of greens, lots of greens. That's okay. Then I got to, oh, let's use this one instead. I don't think I used that. I have my master boards in here, some of my master boards. I don't know why they're in here, but I use a lot of construction paper because I've got lots of construction paper and then I doodle in them. I wanted to have a bin of originals so that I can just, I've got them scanned into the computer, but you know, I'm not organized. I admit it. Hey, Trish, welcome, welcome. You're trying to clean your desk? I was trying to do that this morning while I was watching Stitch It Pam and Stacy and Kim. Oh my goodness. I've got this much space and I'm really happy. Really happy. Because while I was organizing and cleaning, I was coming across, things like this. So I was pulling out my doodle books and whatever, and you know how it goes. Oh, let's get that sticky mess back. So how's the baby? How's your daughter doing? Oh, thanks, Pam. I just like to play, To me this is just all play. And then, you find something and you get sidetracked. Like this morning I was actually writing some stuff down in here because I don't know why. Because I was supposed to be cleaning. So I was writing in this journal of mine, and then I was adding stuff to my doodle journal and my heart journal. I had to add some pages into because I really need to get this happening because I have a plan for this one and it's nowhere near ready to be used yet. I have too many projects. Oh, that's good. It was good. I'm glad she was better by the time you left. Was it because she wasn't used to seeing you, Trish? See, that gave the glue a chance to dry on here. Let's play. So, as I say, I'm doing a glue book. I actually dragged out my gel plate because I thought maybe I'd do some gel printing on them. But they said use your papers. So I'm using my papers. And I am leaving the reinforcement rings on because I know by the time I'm done, I'm going to need that extra little bit of space. So now I'm just going to go backwards and glue on, Kim, just glue on. Oh, I bet she was really uncomfortable. It's hard seeing them when they're like that, when they're your own kids, you feel for them, but when it's your grandbaby, my goodness. I had a really hard time seeing my grandson with his broken hand. It just broke my heart to see everything he had to go through. Well, I'm glad that you were there for her for that. I really am glad. So these are going to be a little bit wonky by the time I'm done. I'm going to have to put them under a book for a night, a stack of books. We'll see. We'll see if I have the patience to put them under a stack of books or if I want to start playing. Because I have to admit that paint ink stuff that I got, I am absolutely in love and addicted to it. I could play with that every day. Which is weird because a lot of it I probably could do with my gel pens and things. But there's something about using that scratch pen that I just find so satisfying. That scritch, you know what I mean? With it. Yes. Being able to help is really important. See, now I'm second guessing about that envelope. I took it out and I was going to use it, but now it's like absolutely every other page has my doodles or work on it. Trying to decide if I want to cut that top off. Yeah, Beth, I'll try and pop in. I like to go to the Defy craft along too and see what's new and what kind of stuff Jean Peter needs. See how I can help out. So I will try and pop in after that for sure. And then Kel streams also. I think that's why I chose 12:45 because I'm trying to be between like Stacy and those, that there's trying not to interfere with other people's times. Hey, Kathy, welcome. I am working on a tag book and I am just gluing down some gel prints and brayer off kind of things to them. At the beginning of the live, I showed off this envelope journal that I did for take off on the way Janet Nash does hers. So that was kind of like a copycat thing I did. I also showed this very cool paperclip cover and the measurements for that at the beginning of this live. And as I say, I am just happily gluing and visiting. And I was also talking about just how much influence I gain from watching other people's streams, like the envelope book from Janet. This tag book is kind of a takeoff on what Becca did. My grid journaling and stuff was a takeoff from what Beth does. The doodling is from Jean Peter. I do all these things myself, but it's really nice seeing how other people do it and being re-inspired. Yeah, lots of replays. I watched a fair bit of replays. So what are you doing tonight on your stream, Beth? Are you doing some more grid journaling? Are you doing one of the games that you guys do? I know you do bingo on Saturdays. So this is a piece of... That's not going to fit. This one will fit. This is brayer offs on a piece of tissue paper. Oh yeah, and this tissue paper doesn't stick down really well. Okay, that one has to be sewn. Then I have to go into the other bin of painty papers. Oh no. Heaven forbid I should have to go into another bin. Okay. Positive readings are lovely. I have Janet's. I don't think I got all of Janet's prompts from Monday. I do have Becca's, so I need to do my picture for Becca's. Let's cut this edge off too. I think I was just playing with some watercolors when I did this one. So as I say, I'm not too sure yet about, got ideas, and I hadn't really planned on doing a themed journal, but I like the idea of a summer journal. Or maybe I'll just have to have two of one of these prints. We'll see. I feel like I used this one, but it could just be that I've used this one in something else recently. Oh, look, this side's lifting. Oops. Does anybody have exciting plans for the weekend? It is a long weekend here. I don't think it's the long weekend for you guys. Is it a long weekend for you guys coming up? Do you have plans for the weekend, John? You guys did the brunch last weekend. Find a place that's not too sticky. Oh, I like this stencil. I think maybe what I'll do is I will do, the next layer will be a stencil on each of them. Oh, yes. I think that's a good idea. I'm going to do a plan. Ladies, I have a plan. I'm using gel print, gel prints. Oh, nice. Very cool, Kathy. Do you just go down to Florida for the winters? My sister has a big motorhome, and they would travel down south um, for 6 weeks. But her health isn't the best now, so her doctor doesn't recommend her traveling any long distances anymore. So, okay, nice. Is that because Missouri gets yucky weather? Like I know that there are really wild weather patterns in some of the states between the hurricanes, the tornado seasons, and that kind of thing. Is that why you go back and forth, or is it because Florida's warmer, away from the cold, kind of thing? Okay. And is that when hurricane season starts in May? Sorry, I'm nosy. It just intrigues me when people have two homes. And we used to have a cottage, but it was just too much between the cottage and home, too much to look after for us. We were both working full time, and we didn't have the same days off because he worked for the railway and I worked in the bar. So, excuse me, it was just too much. We had big yards at both places, and it was just enough. Just enough. I do regret selling the cottage. Now that we're retired, it'd be really nice to have, but love the fact that I'm using up a lot of these pieces of gel print. Even if I do have little bits left, well, I'll have to edge that one too. Oh, awesome. So then you've got the best of both worlds. That's nice. Because you get to spend half the year with the grandkids and have the warmth. That's awesome. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to stencil on top of these. And this is a paper that I had on my desk for gluing and testing markers and stamps, and but I thought was very interesting. So I really dislike throwing things out. Okay, Jan, take care. Enjoy your nap. I'm sure that you need it after everything that you've been doing today. Talk to you soon, hon. Thanks for coming. Bye, Kathy. Thanks for coming. I appreciate you coming for a visit. Always nice to see you peeps and have a chat. And yes, I am boring today because I'm just gluing. But I appreciate you guys being here and watching and visiting. Again, I've got a big sticky mess. Well, I've just got a few more to do. I'm going to use up these papers that I pulled out. And I will figure out what kind of order. No, I guess I can't figure out what kind of order until I've done some stenciling and stamping and get them ready for a focal point. Not sure what this one was. I think this is when I was doing some monoprinting and I was looking for these feathery, I can never remember the name. They start with a D. Everybody always has to tell me. You guys know what they are. But when you press paint down a lot of times, it makes these little tree mark things. So I think that's what this was from when I was doing a lot of those monoprints. Ooh, that one does not want to stick. I got all my transplanting finished this weekend. I'm really happy about that. Still a couple of weeks before things can go in the garden here. We have been known to have frost until the first week in June. So I'm watching the weather. Nobody's going outside yet. I did put a couple of, I took the geraniums out of the living room and put them outside though, because it was time that they're big. They're very big. They're about 4 years old and they're wild and unruly and they need to go outside. So I put those out. But I mean, they're just on the deck so that I can haul them back in if I have to. Or if there's frost, I can always just throw a blanket over them. Now, am I not cutting my pages straight? Why are these all catty corner? I guess I'm not cutting my paper straight. That's okay. We can disguise that after. I'm good at disguising things. Okay, I have one more paper. I have to dig out some more papers after this. So after I've glued this one down, I'm going to call it a day on here. I appreciate you guys being here and watching me and spending time and visiting and enjoying our lovely crafting community that we have happening, because we are so fortunate to have each other in this, these groups that we've got. We really, really are. For enabling each other and egging each other on in various ways. I really appreciate that, especially those who share ideas and get me going. with something that I've wanted to do. Oh, I've got this one. Something I've wanted to do but haven't gotten around to, kind of thing. It's really nice that seeing what other people are creating, it just sparks my interest and gets me going in different directions. Sometimes you get in a rut. You do the same kinds of things over and over, and by watching each other, we get new ideas and it brings new life into our works. I feel anyway. I don't know if you feel that, but I feel that. You can tell that my voice is getting a little raspy. That's from the air quality. Because I'm in the basement, we have a direct line to the outside because we have to have a cold air return for a fresh air return for our furnace. So obviously the smoke is affecting my speech, but that's neither here nor there. Well, I appreciate you all for being here. It's been an hour and a half. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I will have these stamped and ready for the focal points for Friday. Maybe I'll do a finish it Friday and I'll do this book. In fact, that would be a great idea. I can just play with it throughout the week. And again, thanks everybody for being here. I really appreciate you all. Have a wonderful, crafty few days until Friday and take care. Thanks again. Bye all.